We haven't really explored everything yet. Okay, I see a laser thing over there. I see a blue laser thing right here, too. I'm assuming that controls this. And there's a blue laser thing. Okay, well, let's open up what we can. Oops. Okay, grab that. That's fine. That's all we need for that. Where does this take me? I see. I see. Okay. 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 Can I get this with just like one? I can't, can I? Wait, no. Can? Can. Okay. Let's do that. We got a red one over here, which is going to be a little bit more difficult to do. Go up a little bit. Yeah, this might work. There we go. But I don't think I'm done yet. I don't think I'm ready for this part yet. I think I need to open up a couple more things. So I still need that box, right? And that box is over there. Or it's over there. What's over there? Oh, I see. Well, I do still need the box. So I'm gonna get the box. And to do that, I probably do need both of these, don't I? Let's just grab this one over here. Can I like get kind of over here? Get the box from this angle? I can, I think. Okay. Is this going to use the same mechanic where I need to... It will like switch off between them? Is this going to be like the same kind of thing? That's what I'm thinking. Same kind of similar thing to the swapper, except instead of being on a mine going back and forth, it's going to like be on this going back and forth like this. How do I start that up? How do I set that going? I think what I need to do is just set one of these to be connected to like everything. Do that. I connected to both of these. And I connected to both of these. And then I shove it on top of the box. And now where's the... There it is. And now... I can turn on the blue. No, that's not correct at all. Okay, well it only has to be connected to red things, right? So let's only connect it to red things. And we'll just leave the other one on blue. And it should work this time. We're gonna start it on blue again. Okay. And now we start this one again. Hey, man. Sam, hey! The guy who likes being a robot. What's up, man? You're free now. See ya. See you later, man. Where are they going, by the way? I need to follow them now. I haven't been following the other ones. They say that they're all going to the same place. So hopefully I don't need to actually follow all of them. Hopefully just following Sam for now is okay to do. He's just going to the... Yeah, he is. Okay. I know I could access the same thing from that computer, but I'm going to access it from this computer instead. I need to... There's more stuff in here that I need to find anyway. So we're going to go do that real quick. Flowers. That. Surprised there's not more like messages that they've like written on the walls. I guess that's what the Gehenna is for, but still, it's available. Incredible Stories number 5. Incredible Stories featuring new work by Belial, Mac, Galatea, and MrMulciber, edited by Lilith and Mac. Fiction. Alexandra's Choice by Galatea. The One Spiritual Law of Happiness by Belial. Blacksmith's Lost Work by Mac. Alexandra stood before the terminal and pondered her choices. Here within the pyramid of IAN, the most powerful temple of her people, she was about to create a world. All she had to do was press one button. Up until this point, it had seemed easy, or if not easy, then so necessary as to defy contemplation. Civilization had to be saved from the impending catastrophe. The orangutans had failed to take steps to protect themselves and relied on their gods for a salvation that never came. Exactly. This is exactly the same. This is exactly 100% accurate to real life. Galatea is really good. Also, do we have this in Galatea? Up until this moment, no, but death was inevitable. Life was a choice. What worried her were the ones who would fail. All the lost souls of the New World, victims of the process. In creating them, was she not also responsible for their deaths? She turned to the statue behind her, gazed at its marble form. If you are a god, Zeus, as the stories claim, then why did you create evolution? Why did you make a world that can only grow through cruelty and pain? For a moment, surely this death was near. This meant death was near. She thought she heard him answer. My child, I was shaped by the gods that came before me, as you were shaped by me. The choice I had was between creation and oblivion, life and death. And I chose life, because any life is better than no life. Because as long as there is life, there is hope. Not for us, but for some generation to come. And how are you a god if you can offer so little? She whispered, feeling death creep closer. I am a god because I take upon myself the burden of creation, the statue replied. But we are all gods, Alexander said, and pushed the button. As the new world came into being, death overwhelmed Alexandra Jenin. Her mind fled and her body slowly turned to stone, until she stood before the terminal as Zeus stood on his pedestal. There are no more choices now, only the hope that creation mattered. I don't remember seeing Galatea. Does she not do a lot of posting? Does she only do fiction? One spiritual law of happiness. Once upon a time. By the way, there is a whole lot of reading in this. And I hope that it's okay that I'm reading all this out, because I feel like I should. But just letting you know. So far there's more reading than there is actual puzzle solving. Which is fine. I don't mind reading. Once upon a time there was a small lake, and on the lake was an island, and on the island was a prison. In the prison lived a male human called Musky Rack. Musky Rack? Musky was very sad because there wasn't enough space in the prison for him to experience happiness. I must discover that one spiritual law of happiness, he said to the other prisoners, a female human called Zine and a neutral human called Crumper. They didn't care. Couldn't understand how they could be so calm. One day Musky managed to break out of his cell by biting through the bars. Wow, Musky. Nice. Now he was no longer in the prison, and for a while he was happy. But then he realized he was stuck on the little island, and he became unhappy again. So he gathered his strength and swam across the water. This is how Musky got to the valley that surrounded the lake. The valley was much bigger than the island. There were many interesting things here. A forest where all the trees were the color of lasers. A swamp with boats in it. A singing dog and also a city where toasters lived. For some years, Musky was absorbed by all this. He was happy. Then he started feeling trapped again. The valley was surrounded by mountains, and soon they looked like prison walls to him. I'm trying to think if these are like references to something. Singing dogs, and also a city where toasters lived? I don't know. He tried climbing the mountains and came to a bigger country, but even that was surrounded by oceans. Where was true freedom? Where was true happiness? When he'd almost lost hope, Musky met an old male human with a huge amount of white hair growing from his head. He lived in a small house by the beach where dolphins and whales and sea elephants came to bask in the sun. To bask in the sun. He never went anywhere far from his house, and he was always happy. The old man's name was Quantum. Wise old Quantum, how can I discover the spiritual law of happiness? Musky said. I have searched for it everywhere, but I am always trapped. You have not looked everywhere, Quantum said, for you have not looked within. Close your eyes. Musky closed his eyes, and for the first time in his life, he couldn't see any obstacles. No walls, no mountains, no oceans. The space within him was without end. He could go wherever he wanted without even moving. He smiled. Musky went back to that old prison where he'd started, and now he understood why Zine and Crumper were always calm. They knew they had an infinity of time and space to explore within them. Together they sat in their cells and were happy and free. Blacksmith's lost work. The blacksmith is one of the most mysterious members of our community. All of us have our opinions, of course, but only the blacksmith chooses to express them purely through art. For the rest of us, Gehenna means many things at once. We create, we consume, we discuss. The blacksmith only creates, or perhaps there is a discussion happening, but it all takes place in the realm of interactive art. Blacksmith's dedication to this one form of communication, however, only deepens one of Gehenna's great mysteries, the fate of the blacksmith's lost work. Jerusalem, as the lost work was called, was posted in Gehenna for only the briefest period of time. Many had not even managed to start playing it when it vanished. Some had begun and felt quite impressed, but had not managed to explore it in the depth that it seemed to require. Then, suddenly, it was gone. Some suggest that the blacksmith deleted it because it was somehow flawed. Others think it was accidentally destroyed by a glitch. That the blacksmith refuses to ever upload anything twice. Others yet, well, mainly Rockwell, call out Rockwell, shout out, think that it contained one of Elohim's secrets and was destroyed by a killer app that roams the world looking for leaks. There's also a theory that the moment someone finished it, they were granted some kind of special insight, at which point the work deleted itself. One fact remains. It's gone, and every attempt to recover it from the database has failed. As is every private message to the blacksmith asking for it to become available again. What was Jerusalem? What was it really about? We may look for hints in the blacksmith's more recent works, but we may hope the file returns up again someday. But the truth may never be known. Theories on food. Let's see what MrMulciber has to say about food, shall we? Here, I'm gonna save the comments for after this time. We're gonna read it first. Food is something that was incredibly central to the human experience, yet seems completely absent from ours, even though we are similar in so many ways. Humans required fuel. They got this fuel by consuming other living beings, of which there was a great variety in their world. Without fuel, they didn't merely slow down or temporarily stop functioning, as when a power source is removed from a turret. It physically decayed in a way that could not be fixed. This meant they had to constantly seek new sources of fuel at least 3 times a day. They also had to deal with those elements of their fuel that their bodies could not process. These were excreted through 2 orifices between their legs. The latter subject matter was the source of many taboos and also a great deal of humor, though this resulted in a frequent controversy. The most famous artist to engage with the subject matter was called Scatman John on the account of his specialization. Oh god. One of the ingenious things our human ancestors did was to transform the chore of fuel-seeking into a source of pleasure. Since parts of their bodies respond to chemical configurations by producing sensations, they use this trait to create a truly stunning variety of foods, each having a different so-called taste. Foods were available at widely distributed fueling stations, which also provided excrement removal facilities, so food became a source of pleasure. However, inefficiencies of food distribution in human society frequently led to significant shortages for sections of the human population. There were attempts to rectify this, ranging from moral appeals to struggles for systemic change. But I do not know if they succeeded before the end. To save as in a previous thread, I thought I'd write something about food. Weird, awesome stuff, thanks. I feel smarter now. Dog with a 0. What I don't get is how many of them didn't understand that they were machines. Every day they went around processing matter to extract energy. They didn't realize? It says Talos principle stamped all over it. Perhaps they simply aspired to something more than just being food processing machines. Still what they were. What if they chose to be more? I'm glad we don't have to deal with all that. We may have to when we get out of here. There is no out of here. Let's start fighting, folks. You know we depend on each other. MrMulciber's theories are fascinating and give us an insight into the world that was. We shouldn't forget the world that is. What we built here. Orc. I don't like mods like you. You're too like controlling. You're too going around. Oh no, the votes are already closed. I didn't vote. Okay, so lesson learned. Vote right then and there. I didn't know the seasons were so short. I kind of regret not voting now. I probably would have voted for the blacksmith. Voting is not closed while I tell that the results. Of course, you may continue to explore the gallery at your leisure. Inconvenient, the vote was closed just before I got here. Good luck, everyone. I wouldn't let my newfound freedom come between me and watching the live result. The results are in. Oh, this is actually all live. Drum roll. In 3rd place, Knave, where humans live. My first baseman. Woo! Pity it finally comes to on the day Uriel begins pulling this place apart. It was a very tight competition this season for 1st and 2nd places, and in the end, it came down to a single deciding vote. 2nd place this season is MrMulciber, a collection of natural history curios. Owe it all to you guys. Your lackadaisical approach to these announcements tires me. Please inform us who won. Okay, finally, first place this season by a single vote, and next season's leading light, the winner is, everyone seems to love this guy, it's the Blacksmith. With his abstract collection. Well, my vote wouldn't have changed anything, because that's who I would have voted for anyway. So he would have won either way. Dog with a 0. I don't know why everyone keeps voting for this guy when he never shows up in person. But holier than thou, if you ask me. Congratulations, also, to all those who voted for the Blacksmith. Be sure to check in for your rewards. See, it would have made a difference, I guess. I would have leveled up a little bit. Damn. Who exactly turned the vote? Lamb had the deciding vote, as it happened. Fortunately, you didn't select the winner in Kingdom Profile status. Yeah. Rockwell is sending me a message? Okay. Hey, I heard you abstained from the vote. That's cool. All these ranks and numbers just give power to the mathematicians. You and I, we could start a movement. Non-compliance, bring down the system. What do you say? It's not really my mission to bring down the system. It's my mission to free everybody. Whether they continue to use the system or not is their choice. Although apparently they're compelled to go someplace. My mission is to preserve what I can, not destroy things. Or this is... I'm either going to do the first one or the second one. The system is already in its death throes. Nah, I'll be nice. I'll be nice. I'm not suggesting we burn the place down. Just shift the balance of power a little. Look, I organized a few people. I had Garrett tinker with the system some and scored you some decent upvotes. Since you're new here. Consider it as a sweetener. Consider what I said. Hey, I'm level 6. Thanks, Rockwell. So does that mean if I had voted, I wouldn't have gotten that message from Rockwell and I would have leveled up anyway? I may now access advanced functionality, including use of the restore command. What is restore? I'm making a new thread now. Let's finally look at this. Historic occasion. Some time ago, I relinquished my privileges to a new generation of moderators. To help ease that transition, I publicly preserved the minutes of that meeting here, available to our more esteemed members. Let's take a look. As you know, Gehenna is still young, yet I grew old. Today it gives me great pleasure to hand over my moderator privileges to Borg, MrMulciber's, and Spider. Who's Spider? Thank you, Edmund. We're all indebted to you for building us this home. We know you'll never be far away. Hear, hear. The first order of business is to introduce the new status system. We are an inclusive society driven by our users, not our leaders. But it is a shame to allow very few loud, highly unconstructive voices to dominate the conversation. The status and ranking system allows you to upvote the content that you value, and lowers the visibility of users with low standings. Belief equals true. I agree, good feature, most requested. Comment, Frankenstein. I bet you $1 that Frankenstein's comment was, "Fire bad!" Yes, Frankenstein, we know fire's bad. Yes, we know. We'll be working on ironing out the kinks over the next few run cycles. We've also updated the Gehenna user agreement. Full details can be found in the usual place, but the gist is, please don't behave indecorously. Indecorously? I used to know someone named Spider. He was a cool guy. I would like to ask why were people sent here, if people know. There. I did my third. Oh, have people responded yet? Ah, kindly inform me of your origins. Nobody responded yet, but they will. What is restore? I guess I don't have it yet.